After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. This is episode 323 of the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, and it's September 10th, 2018, which is a Monday as we're recording. And the reason I'm a little off is because my show notes weren't quite where I could see them, so now I have them. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers for the Fun in the Woman Cave. We're glad to have you with us. My name is Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico.
And I'm Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
We do want to welcome, we have a returning new viewer. I think Tanya Marie, welcome back. That's
hey, Tanya. Marie.
Welcome, I'm glad to see you again. I'm pretty sure she was a member before. So we're glad to have you back with us. Yay. And she is Sampler Girl. Where?
Well, she
was Sampler Girl.
You're right. She's no longer Sampler Girl on Instagram, but she has a Sampler Girl knitting podcast. I think that's still going on.
I don't know. She does one with,
because she had it audio and video,
but she also has something with cross stitching and books.
I'm not sure about that one.
You have to. I think she still has a Ravelry group, but I'm not positive. You might want to check her out.
Because she stopped for a while.
Yeah, she did. So I lost track for a little bit, but she's really fun. And she's a sweetheart.
She's a sweetheart.
We met her a couple of times. I think it was a couple of times at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
We met her once at Maryland Sheep and Wool. We met her mom twice at Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Her mom twice? It wasn't the other way around?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because Tanya was like on a trip or something the second time.
She avoided us.
Because remember, her mom knocked my cowboy hat off.
Oh, that's right. She did on purpose, though. Didn't she?
No, she was giving me a hug and it came off.
How funny. She's a sweetheart.
Yes, she is.
Okay. So, anyway.
Lucy Yarn Pockets.
Lucy Yarn Pockets, yes. Okay, so Tanya Marie, and she's going to be on here other way, and Lucy Yarn Pockets. All right. Now, okay. All right, let me see if I can get back on track here. You want to go right into, or want to do a guess what's in our mug?
What's in our mug?
Yeah.
And you're going first because you have more projects.
Okay. In my Tortoise versus Hare mug.
You did decide to use it.
Yeah, I did. Because I've been using my owl a lot. This is the Tortoise versus Hare mug, showing the right portion. Unfortunately, when I drink the way I do, I can't. I have to show the other side. And this is my Plum Deluxe tea. This is chocolate hazelnut dessert tea. The perfect flavor combo makes a rich, delightful cuppa. All organic honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, hazelnut pieces, hazelnut essence, love, gratitude, and no caffeine.
Because you're all about the chocolate teas for Andy.
I love chocolate tea. Andy's teas are amazing. In fact, I may have bought some more. I can't justify being part of a club because I can't keep up, but I do buy a lot of tea from him.
And I figured with this rainy weather out, I also have a Plum Deluxe tea, and this is Sunny Day Herbal Tea. Have some sunshine in a cup and cheer up, and it just seemed appropriate with this rain we have going on for greater than 24 hours.
Really gray weather last weekend.
So we have in it Rubio's tea, apple pieces, lemongrass, cinnamon, cranberry pieces, orange peel, cardamom, peppercorns, cornflowers, papaya, and grapefruit essence. Love and gratitude, no caffeine.
Oh, that's one of the grapefruit, I think, yeah.
One of the ones with the grapefruit. He has a couple of grapefruit. So I got it off there.
Oh, good. Okay. Awesome.
So you normally drink with your left hand, so I'm going to turn this around. So, and I'm also in Tortoise versus Hare, but because I drink right-handed, you end up seeing the tortoise when I drink. And I end up looking at the hare. It is good tea.
It's good. Very, very good. I don't taste the grapefruit as much in this one. as I do in... That's really good, actually.
It is a very good one.
Is that one of the ones that's going away for the summer?
I
For
don't.
the winter?
I don't remember.
It's really nice tea. Awesome. Okay. Very good, Andy, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go on to the Cal-Cals. Okay, we have a new one to talk about. And that's the Ready Set Christmas 2018 along. That's in the Bee's Knees group. That's Studio Von Design, who's Vani. And it's her first. I'm going to read exactly what it said in there. This is the last time I'm going to do that. Next time you go to her group. Okay. It's her first Ready Set Christmas along from the group. It says, "It is that time again to find out who is knit-worthy and nice. Let's make our list. Ready, set, start new projects, finish in time, and finish the ones already started for loved ones. September 15th, 2018 through December 24th, 2018. That's right to the end. Okay, so, and you could, according to this, they can be whips, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Rules, knit, crochet, or loom. Please post that you are participating in the thread. So if you want to do this, go to her group. Let her know that you're participating. I told her I would try to participate, that my hands are...
I need to pick up a certain pattern if that's the case.
Yeah. Well, it can be done at any time, but you're right.
Oh, no, something popped up on Instagram. I was trying to turn my head to see what it was.
So, okay, so you have to let her know that you want to participate. So, and her group's a lot of fun. It's not a podcast, but it's a lot of fun. So let her know if you want to do this. It sounds like a lot of fun to finish the whips and things like that, and start new ones for the Christmas giving. Her rules are very similar to ours. 1 whip per project per week. Post the FO whenever it's completed. All whips and FO entries must have a project page linked to the photo posted in threads to be eligible for prizes. Whips are welcome as long as they are not more than 75% done by September 15th. So if the project, like I'm holding back on one of my projects because if I work on it a lot, it'll be too much to be eligible. And with my hands, I need to have all the help I can get with whips. So she says, please feel free to double, triple, or more dip into other Cal-Cals. Remember to follow the rules of each group, each Cal-Cal you enter. Featured yarns. Thank you, Vani, she's featuring my Lady Fornico Creations yarn. And Roundtable Yarns, which is Karen Dawn. I don't know her or her yarns. I need to check her out. But that is a featured yarn, and I'm sure it's a very good one. That's for 2 chances of prize for the FO. You must have the ball band in the photo to post twice. And I'm sure she wants you to be eligible, posted yourself. I don't know, but I would assume that she wants that. Patterns, featured patterns, Franciscan Gypsy Design, and Studio Von Design. So thank you, Vondi, for promoting us. We appreciate that. These are eligible for second chance on an FO for a prize and must be posted twice. Tag for your project is capital B, capital N, small XMAS. So BN are capital letters, and then small Christmas, XMAS, 2018. Okay, and I don't know if the Instagram is a hashtag in front of that or not. She didn't say. There are prizes incoming for her, so that's cool. All right, so that's exciting. That'll be fun to do. The Harry Potter Cal-Cal continues to go on. They are 3/4 of the way through the year. It's a year-long Cal-Cal. Started the 1st of January, goes through December 25th. Not December 25th. Goes to the end of the year, and it's all Harry Potter related. The rules are in the Victorian Studio podcast group, and Maureen is very accessible. She's very talented, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask her. She has a new podcast up if you'd like to watch that. She's just fun to watch. Okay. The Year of the Socks Cal-Cal is Crocheting Whovian in her podcast group, the Crocheting Whovian, and you know we love her podcast. She it's all year long, and it's socks. Okay, big socks, little socks, you know, whatever. Okay, the Shorty Socks Cal-Cal is Undead Yarn. That's Heidi, who is Knitty Girl, and that's also a year long. And she did have a new podcast up. I'm not sure exactly when she posted it. It was new to me when I watched it. I think it was just last week, but I'm not sure. And she did reiterate that it is any socks, not just Shorty socks. Okay.
And I think you said it was a 2-part episode because the camera cut out.
Yeah, she turned it off because she thought she was losing power or something, I think, and then she redid it. So there's 2 parts to it. So that's a lot of fun. That's a fun podcast to watch too. Hopefully she'll be able to continue podcasting regularly. I know she's back to work, so she might have, some pauses in there, but she's well worth watching. The 18 hats in 2018 Cal-Cal is B-Wing. That's Brittany. Comforting Crafts, another one that's not a podcast, but a lot of fun and is very charity oriented. She's also doing the dishcloths. She's doing some kind of a dishcloth along for charity in her group and in Facebook over at Comforting Crafts, I think it is. So she's very charity oriented, very, very, very well worth getting involved with.
I think someone verified on the group last week.
Linnea did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me write this down. Okay, now, because Vonnie's was at the top, the new one, this is the second one in her group, the 18 Toys in 2018, and that's also in Bee's Knees group, that's Studio Von Design, that's Vonnie, and that one I think is just for fun, I think. I don't know, I might be mistaken. I'd have to go back and check. But check it out. She's got the rules in her group, and it's a lot of fun. The Tracking Stash 2018 Tracking Stash is in the Never Cast Off podcast. That's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Sheila, who is Blue Yarn Always. And that's, keeping track of your stash. Now, there was another one I wanted to do. There's one in the Bakery Bears going on.
Which?
I forget which one it is. I think
because I think the sorcery one's done.
Philosopher's Kell, is that just patrons? Yeah, it is just
I think it is just patrons.
I thought there was another one. Oh, well, Climb Every Mountain. Well, no, that's patrons too.
That's patrons as well.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. All right, so I'll move on.
Are they done with the summer sorcery?
I think they must be. Maybe not. You'll have to check and see if they're done with the summer of sorcery. That's anything related to, I guess,
Harry
Potter or magic or whatever. Okay, and they're a fun podcast, wonderful podcast to watch. All right, currently, okay, this is Laura Concert's baby. She is Crocheting Whovian, the Crocheting Whovian podcast. It's tortoise versus hare. That's what these mugs are about, tortoise versus hare. Excuse me, I need a little bit of that. Okay, this is Laura Concert, and she asked us to co-host again this year. This is the third year we've been doing it, and we're very happy to do so. We always get excited about this. And Brittany is also co-hosting this. Okay, that's B-Wing from Comforting Crafts. And it runs from July 1st to September 30th, so you've got about a little over 2 weeks to finish up your tortoises and hares. I'm not even sure what the count is right now. But it's a lot of fun, and I think people enjoy it. I love seeing all the tortoises and hares. They're fun to watch. Whips and FOs will both be eligible for drawing prizes. This is in our group, okay? The rules that I'm saying are in our group. I think they're very similar in Laura's and in Brittany's, but I'm not sure. Okay, you have to check it out. And you have to be, of course, a member of the group to which you are posting. Whips and FOs are both eligible to be drawn for prizes.
And in our group, each solitary toy counts for itself.
Right.
We don't make you clump together small toys.
No.
That is the difference between...
Sometimes we do that in other alongs.
But a tortoise versus hare we never have.
We never have. So you must be a member of the Ravelry group in which you wish to participate, and post a picture of the tortoise versus hare cal lal thread. We're saying knit, crochet, and loom. One whip per project per week. FO whenever it's finished. If the FO is finished and you've already posted a whip, that's fine. Okay, you can post both together. Please tag your projects for us. PHN, TOR versus HAR 2018. And by versus, I mean VS. And you put a hashtag in front of that for Instagram. Projects must not be finished before July 1st. One of the groups I was looking in was allowing, I think it was a Cozy Knits group? Cozy Up Knits group for the sisters patterns. They were allowing already finished projects, which I thought was really cool.
That is something really unique.
It is very unique, and I was kind of, was it Cozy Up Knits?
Cozy Up Knits, I believe. It's the Four Sisters.
Yeah, the Four Sisters. I like them. They're fun. I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of them lately, but they're fun.
With not being on a night schedule anymore, I have to really pick and choose what I watch because I don't have the time to watch the large clumps of time to watch that I used to have.
Okay, so as I was saying, they must be worked on between July 1st and September 30th, even though they don't have to be finished necessarily. They have to be done, have something to do with tortoises, turtles, terrapins, rabbits, bunnies, or hares, anything in those families to be eligible for prizes. If you use Lady Fernicle Creations yarn, the completed object will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Franciscan gypsy, tortoise, or hare will be eligible for 2 chances for the FO for a prize. We will add more information as we think of it, okay? The prizes for this, okay. It is September, so I will show you the prizes. I keep talking to you about the Interweave Crochet 2009 collection CD. That's this. Okay? You can see the 4 magazines that are included. This is the one year of 2009. It has not even been opened. Okay? So that's one of the prizes. The other one is Happy Fuzzy Yarn in the Macaw colorway. And that's this.
Cool.
Isn't that pretty? Okay. So those are the prizes that we have for Tortoise versus Hare.
Very nice.
Okay. Now, the PHNT and Tails year-long Cal. I can't believe we're coming to a close on that. It's been a fun Cal. I hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. I know that we're not as active as we like to be. Things have been really hectic with Talia's health and appointments and that kind of stuff. So we haven't been able to be quite as active as we like to be. But I do like seeing the stuff and seeing the chatter and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying it as well. So this started January 1st, and it goes all the way through to December 31st at midnight going into January 1st. Now, Talia's not on night shift anymore, so we will not close it before midnight. So you might get a few hours depending on where you're at. California might actually get midnight.
Yeah.
Because... we'll do it when we get up on January 1st sometime.
Right.
So you'll have a little extra time on the West Coast.
Although Valaire's been known to close it for us.
That's true.
As well.
But she's also very cognizant of the fact of the other one. She's been very good about closing it but giving as much time as she can. She's very savvy about that kind of stuff. Where's my pen? Okay.
She's automatically tagged because she's a moderator.
Okay, but I'll tag her anyway because I like Valeria. Hi, Valeria.
Hey, Valaire.
Don't like anybody else, just Valeria.
But none of our other moderators.
Well, I tagged Vani too.
So come on, just put Sue down anyway.
Sue.
There, now we've tagged all our moderators.
I should tag Brittany anyway. Well, I think we have tagged Brittany. But I'll put
Even though she's
kind of a ad hoc or what's it called when they're not really, but they're kind of a quasi moderator.
She's been around.
She's been around the block. We love you,
We don't love Ani?
Brittany. Yes. Okay. Hugs for Brittany. Okay. It's January. Okay. So Tea and Tails. All right. Projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. And I think we've said this, and I'll probably say this every so often just to reiterate. From now on,
it's really good tea.
Knit, loom knit, and crochet are all included because I do a substantial amount of loom knitting. So, and I think that loom knitting should get more attention because a lot of people hurt their hands and they don't know what to do about it otherwise. And loom knitting is a good alternative if you can, work with the loom. And even if you're not, I mean, even if your hands don't hurt, it's a fun way of knitting. Previous wisps will be allowed in PHNT and Tails, but must be worked during the time of the Cal, which is easy. Chatter and pictures will all be in the same thread. Projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to T and or Tails, and we've said multiple times that it doesn't have to be both, but it's nice if it is.
Yes.
And the Tails are novels, chapter books, graphic novels, novelizations of movies or shows or whatever, as long as it's in a novel form. And we mentioned that there is now a Zuzu's Petals children's book, so that Zuzu's Petals is now able to be used for the Tea and Tails.
Whereas it wasn't before because it didn't have a...
Right. We were unaware of it.
Yes.
Okay. As always, any Franciscan Gypsy Designs, Tea and or tail related pattern, any Crocheting Hoovian Tea and or tail related pattern, any Lady Fernico Creations Tea and or tail pattern. I only have the one, but any Joanna Johnson's Tea and or tail related pattern. Mom Cook, that's Renee, she's loom knit, pattern that's Tea and or tails related. And Joanna, I said Joanna Johnson, right? Who's the one I'm missing? Joanna Johnson. I'm missing somebody?
No one's coming to my mind.
Mom Cook, Crocheting Hoovian. Okay, I guess I got them all. Any of those patterns, my pattern, Ty's pattern, Mom Cook's patterns, Joanna Johnson's patterns, Crocheting Hoovian patterns that you can make relate to Tea and or tails. will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the FO. If you use My Yarn for it, then it will also be eligible for 2 chances at a prize if it's just My Yarn in a tea and or tail related project, or the yarn is tea and or tail related. And if you put the featured pattern with My Yarn, then it is eligible for 3 chances at a prize for the finished object. We like to give you as many chances as we can. And when I talk about Laura's, let me talk about Laura's for a second, Laura Concert's pattern. She has the Hufflepuff pattern, and that is a definite Harry Potter related.
Yes.
So if you're doing something like the Harry Potter along in Victorian Studios group, and you're doing Summer of Sorcery, if it's still going on, in the Bakery Bears and things like that, that can be multiply dipped. So, just, think about making it deal with tea and tails, and then you can get as many chances as prizes as you can think of ways to fit it into a group.
Right, exactly.
So, okay. Okay. Prizes for this. We have 2 prizes for this. One of them is, if I can find it here. Okay. I can't show you one because I don't have it. Stephanie, who is Cookie 45, was very generous, and she donated a skein of My Yarn for this. It's the Lady Fiona Cook Creations DK base in the Mystic colorway. That's this really pretty kind of purpley with maybe some periwinkle blue kind of color. It's very pretty. I like it. I forgot how pretty that was, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, if you do say so yourself.
It's showing up really nicely. So this is one of the third quarter prizes, and the other one is the Franciscan Gypsies Design mug. Okay. Now for the fourth quarter, for the fourth quarter, we have one person gets a Plum Deluxe tea kit, and if you're interested in what that was, it might not be exactly the same, but you can talk to Rena. She had it last time, and she really liked it. So it would come in a little purple package. Now, unfortunately, this particular prize has to go to the U.S., okay, because that's where they deliver. But that does not mean that our international viewers are excluded. We do have another prize for this quarter.
Yes.
And so that one is the Mom Cook Loom Knit pattern, and that goes out to anyone who wins, because we want to make sure that everybody's included, okay? The end of year prize is this.
Is this for you to get the full Plum Deluxe experience? You do have to get in the purple package.
Yes, and it has to come from Plum Deluxe.
Yeah.
This is the prize that goes out for the entire year winner, okay? So everything else has been picked from the quarter, like say from month, and I'm not going to say numbers, but from month January through March, and then April through June, and then July through September.
So like if you worked a project in January but didn't work it for the rest of the tea and tails, you won't get pulled for any of the other quarters.
Until you have the end of the year. At the end of the year, everybody has a chance who's posted, and which means that even if you only posted once, you have a chance. If you posted multiple times, you have a better chance at this ginormous prize. We have a bunch of mini skeins. We have, a whole ton of mini skeins in here. We have a couple of small Knit Picks silk lace, I think it is. We have a project bag from Ann Brody. We have stitch markers from CJ Knits. We have cards, those little lovely note cards from Brittany in here. So we have a ton of prizes, and this is a really nice.
Can you remember
I already showed them that side.
That is an address here.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So that's, if they can see that, they have better eyesight than I do. But anyway, so that's the prize for the end of the year.
Mom, that's not hard right now.
I know. I have another skein. What is that for? What is this for?
There was another place that got a macaw.
Yeah, there's another place that has a macaw colorway, and I don't know.
Oh,
that's okay. Gotcha. Okay. We haven't gotten to the next long yet. That's what it is. Oh, before I go any further, we have a thread open for a lovely donation of pattern by Deb's Destiny, who's Debbie. It's the he wants to say Attitude of Gratitude shawls, not the Attitude of Gratitude. It's something gratitude. I'm sorry, Debbie, I can't remember, but the thread is up. And it's going, I think, until the 15th or 16th of September. I'd have to check the thread. So far, we have a couple of people looking into that who want it. It's a beautiful shawl, and we have 2 copies of it.
Yes.
So you might want to take a look so it doesn't get snapped out from under you, because right now there are a couple of people already who are shoo-in for it. If you want a chance at this lovely prize, it's got some, like, I keep forgetting. I know there's like lace work. I don't know if there's little cables or not.
It mimics cables, but it looks like it's lace.
It's beautiful. It's lace. Oh, there's cables along the end, isn't there?
I can picture the shape of it.
It's a crescent shawl.
Yeah.
And she has 2. It's like getting 2 shawls for one, because you've got one that's kind of got really long wings, and then you got one that's not quite so long. And it's absolutely beautiful. So if you want a new shawl pattern that looks like it's really beautiful and a lot of fun to knit, you might want to put in for a chance to win this lovely prize. And Debbie's also given us a coupon code, which is in the thread. I think it was 30% off.
Check it out, guys.
You got to check it off. Check it out, because it's very, very generous. She's always extremely generous with us. So, check out her Ravelry store and put in for a chance to win that lovely shawl. Okay. All right. So now they've been talking about those. Let's look at the Cardiac Dysautonomia Awareness Cal-Cal. This is our 5th annual Cardiac Read-Along, now made into our 1st annual Cardiac Dysautonomia Awareness Cal-Cal-Lao. Okay? And this is fostering cardiac and dysautonomia awareness. This year has been more dysautonomia.
It's been disproportionately.
Because of what's going on right now. And that's okay. We've done dysautonomia for 5 years. I mean, cardiac 5 years. So we're a little heavy on the dysautonomia this year for what we're going through. And people need to know about it. So, let me see here. It runs July 1st to September 30th. So we have 2.5, not quite 2.5 weeks to finish up the projects for this. WIPs and FOs will all be eligible to be drawn for the prizes. And our rules are the same for this group, okay? You have to be in the Ravelry group to which you wish to participate. Join the Ravelry group in which you wish to participate. Okay?
I think they got the idea.
Yes. And you one WIP project per week. The thing that is important for this one is that it must be in shades of red, pink, blue, teal, aqua, those kind of colors. Shades of those colors in order to be eligible. It must be a substantial amount of those colors. You don't have to have all the colors. If you have one color, say a teal shawl, or if you have all of the colors, a striped scrappy sock with all the, or a hat with all the colors, or represented. Pink, the pinks, the reds, the blues, the teals, whatever. Yes, that'll be acceptable too. It just has to be a majority of one or more of those colors, okay? And as we've mentioned before with the teal, it can be a dicey color to know what it is. If you can make your case for it being teal, we'll accept it because we trust you, okay? Yeah. As Talia always says, if it's black or something, we're not going to accept that for teal because teal is not black. or purple or whatever. So, all right. So they must not be finished before July 1st, although they may... they do not have to be finished by September 30th either. They just have to be worked on, okay? If you use Lady Fernicle Creations yarn containing any shades of reds or pinks, blues, or teals, the completed object will be eligible for 2 chances of a prize. Any Franciscan Gypsy design completed in those colors will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize as well. If you use my yarn with her pattern, then 3 chances at a prize as usual. Now, the prizes we have for this, we have a Rena, thank you very much. We appreciate your generosity. She decided to make this prize not an $8 or less pattern, but a $10 or less pattern.
Thank you very much.
Which was very, very generous. Thank you, Rena. We do appreciate it. We also have, you saw the McCall colorway earlier. We have a skein of that, a second skein of that. And then we have this which is Jits Farv Pot in the Sudden Nodal colorway, and this is a 75-25.
I wonder what a soda noodle is.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. 75%, it looks like 75% superwash, 25% polyamide, but this is not English, I don't think, that I'm looking at.
No, it's
so,
probably German.
isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful color. Make a great pair of socks or something. And this is sock weight. So this is the other prize. So we have 3 prizes for this that you are eligible for. So we have a lot of prizes to give
Yes,
away
we
between
do.
the different Cal-Als. Okay, do you have anything to say?
Nothing particular. Well, just a little bit. With this rainy weather, I noticed personally that I get more symptomatic with rainy weather, humid weather, weatheriness. And this is not just unique to me. Other people with dysautonomias report similar symptoms, and actually people with respiratory issues will report that when it's hot or heavy out, they'll have more symptoms. So this lovely rainy weather we've been having, even before, because I'm having testing tomorrow, just to nail down my diagnosis for sure. I mean, the doc's like, yeah, you have POTS, but we want to make sure we're treating this properly. So I'm going to be having a tilt table tomorrow, so I'm currently off all my meds, so that way the meds don't give me false readings. And my heart rate's been all over the place. I've been above 140 today just getting out of the shower. For those who are not medical, that's more of a heart rate you should be getting when you're exercising.
Pretty strenuously, too.
Yeah, than just getting out of the shower. Normal is 60 to 100. And even at rest, 90s to 100 is still a bit high. That's usually what mom hits when she's walking around the neighborhood. But I was hitting high heart rates with this weather even prior to going off the med. So I'm hoping that this time my body will behave itself and actually show something during
Actually, you're
the
hoping
testing.
it doesn't behave itself.
Right, I'm hoping it misbehaves and shows up some misbehavior during the testing.
It's a bit of a distance, so pray that her trip isn't too uncomfortable. You know, because we have to do it.
Well, I
for our
almost don't
trip.
care if it's uncomfortable. I just want the results to show something.
Well, you should probably
for once.
sleep. You probably sleep a little bit in the truck.
Yeah. But yeah, if I seem a little bit off, it's probably because whenever I get up, even though I don't always feel it, my heart rates have been all over the place today.
Yeah. So if you see her kind of doing this, that's why. Okay. All right. So I guess that's all we're going to do for dysautonomia today.
Yeah.
All right. I have 7, I think I said.
Yes, I have 6.
Okay. All right. So let's get started with our rough drafts. Okay. All right. In my, because it is a knitting and crocheting and loom knitting podcast, Kikiboo Holidays Owl's Bag is my teal preemie baby hat. This is just a basic loom knit hat. This is Yarn Bee, I think, in the teal colorway. I just started this one. You can see it's just got a little bit started. Can you see that? Just a little bit. And I don't have to do double because it's only one more than yours. So that's this. In my Kikiboo Owl's bag. And I think I said the colorway was, oh, I'm sorry. It's not, it's a Cascade Pacific Chunky in the,
When did you get that one?
I don't think this is the ball band for this. Is it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. This is Yarn Bee yarn, the teal colorway.
Yeah, because Cascade Pacific Chunky was the other, was the one of the baby sweaters, wasn't it?
It was, no, the baby sweater was, the baby sweater I did last time was Kim Dye Yarn.
Oh,
Kim
okay.
Dye's Yarn. Okay, so that's that one.
Alright, so in my, hang on, let me mark this stitch off. In my Kikiboo bags, Autism Puzzle Pieces bag, are the Krabby socks, and I'm doing Miss L's basic 6-ply sock pattern by Miss L. I'm using Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the colorway Maryland Blue Crab. And this is for me. Oh, that's one of them is Maryland Blue Crab. The other one is Rodeo.
They're both Dragonfly or Miracle
They're both
Pen?
Dragonfly.
Okay. They're pretty. You still in the first sock?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I didn't get a ton of work on it.
I wore my new socks this weekend. Made me happy. Well, that's nice.
So, not a whole lot of growth since the last time you saw it.
Very nice. Very pretty.
But I'm happy the way it looks. It's kind of masculine,
It is.
but they are colors I tend to like.
I like those colors too.
But that's all I have to say about that.
That's all you have to say about that. Okay. In my Stitch by Mimi teacups bag, I've been seeing a lot of this lately because I want to finish it, but it's slow going. This is my bonfire shawl. This is a sock knitted shawl pattern by K.F. Jones. And I did a couple of rows on this. Maybe 3, something like that. Let's see here. There we go. So not a whole lot of growing going on here, but it is so pretty. I love the pattern, and I love this colorway in the pattern.
Well, I like what the color you're going to choose to go with it for the edging.
I actually caked up that yarn because I'm really close. And I'm only going to use a little bit of this, so I can.
Oh yeah, you barely use any of it.
And I only have this much left of my first ball of yarn I'm using for the body of it itself. It is just so darn pretty, and I am going to block it, I think, even if it's gently blocked, because I think that it will fall better if I do. Hopefully it won't bleed too much. I don't think it will. I think Miss Babs, the other color really seems to bleed are her pinks. So that's really pretty. It is getting a fairly good size, isn't it? I mean, yeah. And I'm using US 9s on this. Sometimes I use 10s on Kay's patterns, but I think my other sock knitters is a 10.
I don't like my shawls too light.
I love this bag. This was such a nice gift from Sandy. This is Stitch by Mimi. We all use our bags. Davina was using her bag the other day.
Her Stitch by Mimi one?
Yeah.
Mine carries my light equipment in it for the podcast, so I use it
All the time.
all the time. So, in my, oh, it's not that one yet? Okay, in my, not that one. This one. Okay, so in my Silver Shred USA Franciscan Gypsy bag,
The orange.
is the White Queen project, which is the Shorties pattern by Anne Kingstone. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza in the colorway Naked and the Frog Tree Petaboo Sport in the colorway 1401 Charcoal Tonal.
Call it the White Queen?
Because it's a reference to,
Well, that's Alice in Wonderland, isn't
yes.
it? Yeah.
And at one point she turned into a white sheep who was knitting.
She turned into a sheep that was knitting?
The White Queen did.
Is that in Jabber?
Apparently it's in one of the books, in Through the Looking Glass.
Okay, that's the second book. All right.
I didn't read it myself, but Davina's read all of them.
That's fun.
So
Tea and Tails, Tea and Tails.
that's exactly why I did it.
Not you're eligible, though.
No, but still.
That's gorgeous.
Thank you. So I'm past
That is really beautiful.
all the sheep, and I'm starting into...
That's a lot of ribbing. Is it be folded up?
It could be folded up, or you can make it slouchy.
I don't like slouchy.
You see, I kind of like slouchy.
It bothers my neck.
I'll bother your neck.
No, you always do. Pain in my neck. Oboe head.
So,
That's very pretty.
thank you. Starting to do the pattern that laid into the crown.
Very nice. That's just pretty. I like it. Did you show Daddy that one yet?
Yes, he likes this one. But he really likes...
He likes color work.
He really does like color work. Preferably ones where he can see a pattern.
Yes. Okay, let's see here. What's my next one here? I have a gazillion patterns, projects on the go, but I just... Okay, here we go. All right, in my purple crocheting Hoovian bag is my monkey bag project from the Surprise Backpack Pattern by Amy B. Stitched. Amy B. Stitched. I did quite a bit of work on this. I'm about halfway, I guess. Halfway maybe from the measurement. I've got it marked somewhere where the measurement is. I have to be a certain number of inches from here, this little marker, the green marker there, of going round and round and round. So I'm about halfway to that point before I do something else. I guess, I don't know if it's a decrease or what, I have to check the pattern. But this is a nice, mindless kind of pattern when I don't really want to focus on anything or I can't focus on anything and my hands cooperate. And this is, it's not giving away anything to say that right now I'm just single crocheting, so it doesn't hurt my hand. And it's not so narrow. I find that if I'm doing toys sometimes with the really narrow pieces, that hurts my hand. But this is wide enough, so that's all I have to say about that. The yarn is cotton yarn. In the I love this cotton, and I do love this cotton because the other cottons are hard for me to work with because it doesn't have any give. This has a little more give to it. I mean, it's not like, it's like all cotton. It doesn't have a whole lot of give, but it has a little bit of give, and it's that give I think that makes it difficult to make toys with. But I like it.
Okay, so the next one is in my Silver Shed USA Fun in the Woman Cave bag, and that's a Nightwing bunny.
It's still raining.
It is still raining.
Look at his little head.
So he's got a... Get his innards back in.
His innards back in. There we go.
And
Oh, he's got the back end.
just finished the back end just a second ago.
Oh, look at that.
So, about to cast, well, not cast on, start up the ear.
This is a DK or worsted?
This is
Or is it sport?
Undead Yarn, Werewolf, and the
That's DK.
colorway Cookie Monster,
Yeah.
and Jaws Tonal. So, yeah, what you just said.
DK.
So,
I think she discontinued Werewolf, didn't she?
yes, she did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's all about this one. He's cute.
Cute. Okay, my next one. Sorry about the cuckoo clock in the background. There we go. Okay. In my
Oh, there it is.
Silver Shed USA Caterpillar bag is my Tangerine Dreams Preemie Baby Hat project. And I believe Linnea was the one, somebody asked me what loom I was using for this hat. This hat is a Daloom loom, and it's a small gauge loom for adult socks. These people are out of business. They don't, I don't know if they're out of business, they just don't make looms anymore or whatever. Okay, you can't find them anymore. I got this on a D-stash on Facebook. So I did make some progress on this. You can see that it's growing a little bit. It does fit my little Jimena doll, so it will fit a baby, but a small baby, you know, maybe a preemie. So that's that. The yarn is just Knit Picks in the, I think it's just orange colorway. I lost the ball band.
You lost the
I
ball
lost it.
band.
I think Dan took it.
Well, you know,
Him and his ball bands. I think he hid it on the walls of York when he went traipsing around.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing a...
What are you doing?
This is when I do my magic ring. I do it the Stacy Chalk way.
Oh, I don't. I just do it the second.
No, that's annoying.
I like it that way better. I don't like the magic loop, the
Magic ring.
ring. I don't. It's
I love the magic
It's too
ring.
fiddly.
I love the magic ring.
I
It's
don't like it at
amazing.
all. It's your turn.
Yes, it is my turn.
So stop making people wait, you oboe head.
Let me see. I can probably stall enough while talking. So I actually used... I got highly enabled over this week, and decided that it would be a great idea to start several new projects. So I did.
She has no self-control.
None whatsoever. I skeined up some yarn because I didn't have the yarn pre-skeined. And I started 3 new projects. And is this part of that? Yes, it is. Okay. The first one is in my Ploverbird Turtles bag. And it is the Hopeful Neapolitan. Davina chose the yarn. This hat is for her.
And you will see that it's definitely her.
Yes, in all ways. She was given several choices from my stash. And she chose the yarn that I'm about to show you. Let's do 1 and then increase, and then I'll be able to focus on that.
Rude thing.
There we go. So, there we are. I'm going to throw the bunny back into the bag because I can work on the ear later.
We do get use out of our bags. Lots of use.
Yes, we do. There we go. Alrighty, so in my bag here is the Hopeful Neapolitan. It is the Cold Harbor Twist pattern by Woolly Wormhead, and I have done one other project by her way in the past.
I think it was just the Wormhead
I think it was just the Wormhead hat. I think it was the one that Tilly Trout did that I ended up wanting to do because of her. But the yarn is Wild Hair Fiber Studio Pinnacle DK in the colorway Hope. I picked this yarn up with Davina in mind. And
at
first,
Maryland, or?
No, I think this one was at her.
Was it at the marketplace?
The marketplace, yeah.
Wild Hair, yeah.
So let me first show. This is what the hat looks like.
Nice hat.
It's very much Davina's.
Fashionable.
Davina has also fascination with all things French. So this was right up her alley. So I have gotten into the body section.
Pulling really pretty.
Yes, it is. And you can't really tell right now because we are still fairly early on.
That's really pretty. I like the way it's pulling.
Yeah, it's pulling nicely.
I think Kay would go crazy with that, but
yes. It kind of takes down the classiness of the hat a little bit because of all the pooling, but she'll love it regardless.
I don't know. I think she'll want to wear it all the time anyway.
True. So that's
she'll wear it with her Quicksilver stuff,
and she'll wear it with her pink if she has a plain pink outfit, and
she does have a plain pink dress or skirt or something.
Yeah. So I know she'll get use out of it.
Oh yeah, she will. She'll figure out a way. She doesn't really care if it matches or not.
And sometimes we just send her back and go like, no, grab one of your other hats. But yeah, so I know that she will enjoy this when it's done. Although I had to tell her a couple times that I was working on it. I had to, no, not a couple times. I had to finally tell her after she
didn't notice it.
Yeah, she didn't notice it.
Well, she's a little annoyed with you for not starting the dog. So.
Well, I told her she had to wait on your pony.
Yep, my pony has come first. Are you finished?
I am finished.
Okay. This is my Ploverbird Owls bag. Is my Autumn and Avonlea project from Anne's Imagination Cal Green Gables inspired pattern by Tanya Marie Anderson. Yes, I'm working on it, Tanya. I learned how to knit. So I did about 3 or 4 rows of this yesterday while I was watching, I don't know, what movie were we watching?
Was it City Heat?
I think it was City Heat. So you can't really see the pattern yet. It's just a little too small. I might bring this one with me. Oh yeah, I can see a little bit the bumps.
I'm thinking this one's going to go in the doctor's office with me.
So this is a very nice pattern. She writes a very clear pattern. I like the way she puts boxes to check off. So another one who does that is Curious Handmade, where you put the boxes so you don't have to wonder where you're at. I do end up writing because it's kind of difficult for a person writing a pattern who doesn't want to make it 50,000 pages
Right.
to put down all the repeats. So I just write, you know, the number of the rows next to it and do it that way. But she is very clear. I enjoy the pattern. This is a really nice yarn. This is Skano, I think. And I do love Skano yarns, but like I've said previously, they don't always put what weight it is,
They
what
never
the name
put.
is. And so I stopped getting
Unless they
it.
changed that since.
Yeah, we haven't gotten Skano in a while. It's very nice yarn. This has silk in it.
Oh, nice.
I mean, feel it. It's just, it's going to be really nice around my neck, or I might give this to my mom for Christmas. I don't know. 'Cause
that would be her colors.
these are her colors. But it's just a really nice pattern to work. It's a nice yarn to work with. So if you like to work with Skano, that's great. It's wonderful yarn. Just make sure that if you do that, you write down somewhere what you bought, and the minute you get it, you make a tag for it, because they don't put a tag on it. At least they haven't in the past.
Yeah, who knows? That might have changed.
They may have
since.
changed. But they do have nice products. I think they're out of Italy.
I don't know.
I'm not positive, but we got introduced to them with Yarn Box.
No.
No, I did.
I got a random Twitter from them offering me a deal on yarn.
You may have, but I got it through Yarn Box.
I bought us both a skein prior to that Yarn Box
Okay,
shipment.
well,
Um,
Yarn Box is where I got that one from, because I had two of
but
them.
yes, they cold contacted me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice people. Very nice people. They're very supportive. And hopefully they do now tag what their yarns are, because it's frustrating not to know what the yardage is, not to know what the colorway is, not to know what the weight is. I guess they figure you bought it, you should know what you're buying. But, you know, back then we were buying so much yarn that you'd forget, you know.
Yep.
Especially when you weren't really paying attention to what the weight was.
yes.
So, okay, so that's that. And I'm using US 7s for that.
Let me see. Did I mess up?
It's your turn.
No, I'm just making sure I didn't mess up.
Don't care.
Well, I know that you don't care.
Don't care.
I can tell you don't care.
Fix it later.
Wow.
Did you?
No, I fixed that.
Did you break it? Split it?
No, what happened was I should have purled one farther.
Right.
I just didn't read my knitting correctly.
Oh, I
That's
forgot to mention what's going on in the Girl in the Yarn.
it. Go ahead and
Girls
mention.
in the Yarn Cafe. Is that? Aren't they doing something with Not a Rhineback?
No,
Not a
that-
Rhineback sweater or something like that?
No, they're doing going to Rhineback Cal. So what you would wear at Rhineback, whether or not you're going,
Right.
something you're making that you would wear at
That
Rhineback.
you would wear at Rhineback. So that's
So it's
another
Selfish
Cal.
Knits.
So yeah, so Selfish Knits, and that's Girls in the Yarn Cafe, and they are a lot of fun to watch. I'm a little behind on them, but they're really a lot of fun to watch, and you might check that out if you want to do something that you would wear to Rhineback, even if it's a cowl.
Yeah.
You know, that something small that you might wear to Rhineback, you can put it in there if you're a member of the group.
Oh, this was in the Star Wars bag. I thought it was in a different bag. Okay, so in my Silver Shade USA Rebel Scum bag is my Autumn Countdown hat. This is one of the other hats I started.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
This is the Twister pattern by KF Jones. This is one of the Bakery Bears Platinum patron patterns. So not only would you have to be a patron to get this pattern,
We could be a
you have to be a platinum member.
gold or
A
platinum.
gold or platinum member to get this pattern. So
I want to do the Poirot one.
this, I wasn't sure how I felt about the way it was working up, but I think I like it better than I thought I did. I'm not sure what I would wear it with, so I'm still not sure I would keep
Does
it.
she have twisted rib?
I'm not going to tell you exactly what she has, but it is a twisted stitch.
Yeah, I thought it might be twisted something or other. That's
But
really
but it's
pretty.
not a traditional
No, it's
twist
not. It's
rib.
not a traditional twisted rib.
So
That looks pretty.
um,
And I'm wondering if it's too busy for the.
that's what I
Pattern?
thought at first as well.
But it might not be.
I think it would be even prettier in a plain one.
Or a semi-solid or something.
Yeah.
Or gradient.
Or a gradient.
Yeah.
I think I chose a little bit crazy of a
But it'll be
yarn for this pattern.
pretty. What's the yarn again?
This is Yarn Tree Merino Nylon Sock in the colorway X-Files Beyond the Thunderdome.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
So I do enjoy these colors.
It's very pretty.
And
And I think it'll be a pretty hat. I'm just wondering if you're going to lose some of the pattern.
I'm definitely going to lose some of the pattern.
It's going to be a pretty hat regardless.
Yeah.
But Kay Wright's a fantastic pattern.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice because it's kind of potato chippy.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's enough interest to keep you going.
Right.
But it's easily memorizable.
Okay.
So,
All right.
there we go.
All right. My next pattern is in my. Make sure I got the right bag here. In my Mama C. Owl's bag, because I have lovely people who are so nice and they gift me bags. So this is my Mama C. Owl's bag. I absolutely love this. Actually, this was a trade with her, but she made it specially for me because I went on and on about it. She gave one to her for a prize. So she said, well, how about we do a trade? So I said, okay, that works. This is my September, the baby turtle, from the Biddy the Bashful Baby Turtle pattern by you-know-who over there. And I'm on the straightaway right now, I think. I haven't done the ridge yet, I don't think. Let's see here. No, I have about 4 rounds to do before I do the ridge and switch the color. So this is the shell. Isn't that gorgeous? That's Marigold.
It is gorgeous.
No, this is Dragonfly Fiber. It's Dragonfly Fiber in the Sheaf colorway. And then Marigold Gin in the fresh colorway and Mad Tosh DK in the liquid gold. So I really like the way this is working out. I'm going to keep this. I have to. I mean, I think I'll have enough to maybe make a second one with the same shell, but reversing the head and the undershell. On this one, this will be the undershell. This is the Mad Tosh, and this will be the head and the legs and things. Mm-hmm. And then on the other one, when I get around to making it, I'll switch that. Mm-hmm. And I'll keep probably the one with this is the undershell. Mm-hmm. So this one I'll make first in case I don't have enough of the colored yarn to make another one. So I'm enjoying this. I do love, I was trying to figure out my favorite patterns of Taya's, and I would have to say it's Biddy and York and Brat. Mm-hmm. So those are easiest on my hands.
Right.
Because even your bookworm, because it's so... Now, I'm going to have to retry the bookworm because I'm not sure why mine turned out so ginormous.
Yeah, yours ended up huge.
I mean, it was just like this ginormous thing. But the thing about that is I'm afraid because it's very narrow, so I'll have to see if I can do that.
Right.
Because if it ends up as narrow as, even as Sparkle's leg, it'll be okay.
Mine isn't even as narrow as... Well, mine's about maybe a little thicker than Sparkle's leg.
Oh, it's a little thicker than that? Mm-hmm. Okay, then that will be okay. I can do that, but...
Yeah, he's not super skinny.
Okay. Well, your turn.
Okay, so, the final project that I decided that I must start during this period of time, again, it's another Bakery Bears platinum pattern, so only gold and silver... platinum, not gold and silver, gold and platinum members of the patron group can have it. Let's see, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes,
he is all gone.
Mine is too. But this pattern was due to come out sometime in September, and it came out last week.
Oh, did you start that one?
The one on me?
You did?
What? I told you I was going to. I was working on it in front of you.
Show it.
So, you're not observant.
No, don't talk to me about being observant. Don't even go there. You really don't want to go there.
Brain fog.
I don't want to hear it.
Brain fog. So, in my Silver Shed USA TARDIS, not Silver Shed, Ploverbird, TARDIS bigger on the inside. Bigger on the inside.
Which is it?
Inside. Inside.
Oboe head. Oboe head.
Oh.
Oboe head.
I need someone to be nice to me.
So you're going to the creepy bunny?
It's okay, TNMB. No.
Let me see.
No, TNMB doesn't love you.
I don't care.
Wow, that's kind of forceful. It's poor TMNB. Come here, TMNB.
That's okay. I have an owl.
Okay.
I can find him. Her.
So, this...
Keep it friendly.
I did.
You
In
made a
my
lot of progress on that.
yes,
Wow.
this is Styles. It is the Mon Ami.
Wait, let me see that. Oh, look like little hearts.
They do.
Okay.
Mon Ami pattern by K.F. Jones. Like I said, it's a platinum pattern. I'm using Cascade 220 in the colorway 8505 white and Stonehenge fiber mill shepherd's wool worsted in the colorway garnet. And I've made a sweater out of this before. This is an old yarn.
The
of
garnet
mine.
or the white?
The garnet.
Okay. I mean, I knew, but they might.
And the white I used when I was designing Tilly, the
Oh
spring,
wow,
the
that's
spaniel.
old. Yeah.
Hmm. Well, this one's even older.
Yeah, that's true.
This
I
was
don't remember the sweater for this.
it
that the one you-
was a pullover.
Is that the one you had the zipper wrong on?
Nope, this is a pullover, and it was designed by Single Handed Knits.
Right, but you never finished.
Yes, I did.
Where is it?
I wear it every once in a while during cold weather. It's only a pullover.
Mm.
It's got a bit of a scoop neck.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It has an empire waist, a little bit of an empire waist.
I still don't remember. I mean, I remember it had an interesting.
Yeah, interesting
yeah.
patterning down here.
Yeah.
It has buttons right along
Right.
here, and I think it ends like around
Oh, those are
here.
perfect sleeves. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the original sweater that I made.
She's
With
still podcasting.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I can't swear to that. Though.
Right. Well, they moved from Hawaii, and she kind of.
Well, I think that a move always throws you off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, I've named this Styles because one of my favorite of the Poirot books. That was also easier to put into name a pattern because I wasn't going to call a hat project anything to do with murder. So, Murder on the Links was out.
Well, you could have just called on the Orient Express.
But Orient Express isn't even anywhere near my favorite book.
Yeah.
It's a good book, but I prefer...
Cards on the Table.
I love Cards on the Table. I love Death on the Nile.
Mm-hmm.
I love Appointment with Death. But you don't want any of these names for a hat.
Mm-hmm. We have to pick something else in it. Something, a phrase or a word or something.
So I chose Styles, which is another one of my favorite ones, which is Mysterious Affair at Styles. And it's the first book where you meet Poirot.
You could have called it the Haversham hat.
So...
I would have called it Hastings.
Oh, but Hastings is such a moron.
He is. He is. I mean,
He is such an idiot.
you could have called it Miss Lemon.
She doesn't. I mean, she shows up in the books, but not nearly as often
I
as she
like
does
her
in the show.
show.
But you like the way she's in the show. She really doesn't have quite that much personality in the books.
Yeah, she's the actress who plays her is very good.
The show did change
Jap.
things.
Inspector Japp.
I do like
hat.
it. Now I liked Inspector Japp. I also really like, and he doesn't show up really in the
The other inspector.
Superintendent
Tenant.
Bullet.
Yes, but they made him weird in that one movie. That made me annoyed.
That was unfortunate. That's
was.
not the way he was.
That wasn't-
And the other one who was good was Colonel
Yes.
Race. Colonel Race.
Yes.
He was also in
Cards on the Table.
but Bullet was not. I can't remember if Bullet was in Cards on the Table in the book or not.
I don't remember.
Oh,
I like what's her name.
Mrs. Oliver.
Mrs. Oliver. If I do a hat, I have to do Mrs. Oliver.
But it would
She's
have to have
hysterical.
elephants on. No, apples.
Apples.
It has to have apples on it.
K. A very simple color work or mosaic hat that has apples on it for Mrs.
Mrs.
Oliver.
Oliver.
Please? Because I don't know how to do color work very well, and I certainly don't know how to do it in the round. So if you will
Color
make...
work's a lot easier in the round.
Why?
Well, with you have the floats to worry about. You don't have to worry
Okay.
about turning it and worry about managing your floats.
Well, a mosaic too. Oh, I have an idea too. Okay.
So, alrighty. With that very long introduction into this hat, I got past.
Well, it's been a while since we've done a tangent.
Yeah. These actually kind of look like apples. My
Oh, your apple burgers.
So there we go. It's just slowly developing. I worked on this while we were watching Key Largo.
I love that movie, Key Largo.
That's why I was really shocked because I was actively working on this during Key Largo.
I keep forgetting how much I like that movie. I think I even like that better than Casablanca.
I forgot how pretty what's her face was,
Which one?
Bogey's wife.
Oh, Bacall.
I forgot how pretty Bacall was, especially during that period.
When she was young,
When she was that young. She was so young in that movie.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Well, you look at her when she starts out into To Have and Have Not, where she's like 18, and she's just a beautiful girl. You know, she really was. But you can tell we're big old movie fans. So,
But yeah, this got some definite work done on it, which is nice because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to work on color work.
right. Okay, my last project is a new one because apparently I had to start new ones too. This is in my Silver Shed USA Lady Frinico bag. Okay. And thank you to all the people who are buying Anne's bags. That's awesome. This is important. You must get the title correct or she gets a little persnickety.
Yes, she's got a little bit of an attitude
Yes.
problem.
This is Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat. Now, it's important. Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat.
You can't just call her Peppy or Peppermint Kitty Cat.
Or, for heaven forbid, Kitty Cat.
Oh, she'll just lose her
This
little
is
mind.
Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat. Okay? And this is in my, the yarn I'm using is Old Time Yarns, Polworth DK in the, this cat's got 9 lives colorway. This is a 246 yard, 100 gram DK weight. This is the one I bought when she had that fundraiser. I didn't know what I was getting, and I really, really like this color. I'm not usually a speckled person, but this is a Brat, the kitty cat. What's this?
Brat the kitten.
Brat the kitten. This is Talia's pattern. Because when I saw this yarn, I said this has to be a kitty cat, even before I said an owl. So this is what it is.
She's very persnickety.
She is very persnickety. This is Peppermint. Miss Peppermint, the kitty cat. And so she is a little baby kitty cat, but she doesn't like to be reminded of that. So
she's all grown up in her head.
she's all grown up in her little kitty cat head. Isn't that pretty? And when I get done, if I have any left over, I'm kind of thinking plain yarn chicken with this, but if I have any left over and it's enough for a square, I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's that.
If there's any left over, it'll probably have to go into my bigger blanket with the smaller squares.
Right. Well, it's a bigger, it's DK weight, so.
But both of them can use DK weight, but
Oh,
the
okay.
one with the smaller squares that uses the heavy yarn is the bigger blanket.
And I'm thinking that, where's Brad at? Where's my Brat?
Brat.
Right here. If I start running out of yarn, I mean, obviously she has the eyes that are different colors, so I'm not sure yet what color eyes. And if necessary, I'll do something with the legs and the tail and the ears. So, but this is a nice size kitty cat, and she will most likely go upstairs. Although this one is in my yarn. This is in Snickerdoodle colorway. I haven't done that in a while. I have to bring that out for. I've never tried it. This is a food coloring one, I think.
Was it?
So I think it is. So I have to see if I can figure it out in an acid dye. So that's that. Do you have any FOs?
I do. I have one. Do you?
Okay, but yours is a little more important than mine is. Let me see here. Where's my bag?
What bag?
My Kiki Duals. Oh, here it is. Okay. You saw that I just started out, you know, I just started out one of my teal baby hat. I finished one. So this is another teal color one. I have to take a picture of it so I can give it to Talia.
Sometimes you need to figure out how to do like little flowers or something, and then just sew them on the sides. And
Yeah, my hands stopped cranking. I'll think about that. I can change colors. I have to remember how to do it because I've done that before. Sometimes it tightens it up a little bit. So that's that.
And then it's evidenced by the fact that this is now living in the tortoise bag, which usually has my Diana's hat. I finished my chirp hat.
Isn't that beautiful?
And this has been worn several times. So it'll probably be worn several more times before I finally decide to block it. Because I think this is what I'm going to be wearing when I go to my appointment.
That's pretty. Very
So,
nice.
it's a plain hat, but it's a simple Diana's hat, and I love this hat.
It's a beautiful color.
Um,
That might be considered a teal.
This would probably be considered a teal.
It could work as a teal.
Yeah.
And, blue's teal, so,
Yeah. So, it matches my shawl. So that got some loving work and got finished, which Davina was very excited about because she knew I wouldn't start this hat until... And I think she thought it was going to be another Diana's hat, but I showed her this one and I was like, do you want this one just for switching things up? And she's like, sure.
Yeah. She loves the hat,
Yeah, and it's fashionable.
And it's fashionable.
Yeah, if I made her like a normal winter's hat, she would have turned her nose up at it.
Yes. She's one of these people, she says, well, I don't care if it hurts my feet as long as I'm fashionable. And stuff like that, so. Okay.
Although, I'm going to try to make the tassel that my twister hat requires from that orange one, because it's not for her.
Right. Orange one.
The autumn one.
The one you said you weren't sure was going to work?
With the pattern, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'll do the tassel for that one.
I think that'll be cute.
I think so, too.
I'm not usually like a bobble or a tassel person, but that might be cute.
I prefer a tassel to bobble.
Oh, I do, too. The bobble, or bobbles, I keep calling bobbles, the pom-poms.
Yeah,
Pom-poms, they feel unwieldy.
Now, the woolly wormhead hat, the first one that I made, has like a kind of, it's not a bobble, it's it had a stuffed little thing on the top of the hat. I'll show you guys in a second. It was kind of interesting. It is, let's see, hats. Hats, there it is. That would be an early on hat. Not quite that early on. Black cherry hat. I thought it was a black cherry. Yeah, oh, it was by Woolly Wormhead. It's called Alvier. I never took a picture of it.
What?
It's called Alvier.
Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of then.
No, it's a Woolly Wormhead hat though, but this isn't the one I made. But it'll give you a general idea because I didn't put a picture up of mine. It has a little. I'm not sure if you can tell there.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, I see it. Yeah. It's like a little tassel with a
stuffed thing at the end, and I did put that there.
It looks like a
hat.
tail.
It does, and I was feeling a bit whimsical that day. Oh, let's see, it might show better on this lighter hat. I yeah, there we go. I was feeling a bit whimsical that day, and I decided on it was like a black and red one that I made for myself, and I put that on the end of mine. And that was Alvier by Woolly Wormhead. I knew her name was familiar.
Yeah.
And that's because I have worked one of her hats before. So.
Okay.
Apparently I like her as a designer. I might have to
favorite her. Okay.
Yes.
All right. What's next?
Next, do you have any yarns?
I do have yarns, but you can't see them because they're drying and one's actually soaking. So I hope to have yarns to show you next week. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with them, I think. I have one that's only half finished because the dye job that I'm doing on it requires 2 steps. I'm not sure how that one's going to turn out because it didn't take the first yarn the way I thought it would. So we'll see.
All right, there we go. I've made sure I pulled up her thing, and I'll take a look at it in a bit.
Okay, so
I have something that I don't have any stash enhancements, but I do have Sadness. When I tried to put on my Batman Superman socks yesterday, I discovered
ventilation.
There's a hole in my sock.
There's a hole in your sock, dear Talia, dear Talia. There's a hole in your sock, dear Talia, a hole.
And it's on this one too. So I'm not sure when this developed.
Looks like moths got to it.
Not on the same section.
Yeah.
This is wear and tear.
Well, you didn't notice it? I mean, how could you not notice that?
I wear them over socks.
Okay, okay.
Because I always have to wear the compression stocking, so I'm not going to feel the hole.
Yeah.
Necessarily. And it was already running thin.
Mm-hmm.
These are one of my older socks.
I don't think there's nylon in this, maybe. Doesn't feel like there's nylon.
No, I doubt that there is. Because this is a worsted weight yarn. They don't always make worsted weight with nylon in it. So sadness. So rest in peace.
Or in pieces. If you're going to get rid of them, you should unravel it and make from this part a block.
You're right, I should. Because I'm not sure. I kind of agree with people like Karen about the darning method of oh darn.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too.
So, you're right. I think I probably should rip them back and reclaim what yarn I can.
Make a block.
And make several blocks to mourn. So this is a funeral for the Batman Superman socks.
Rest in pieces.
Rest in pieces.
Okay. I do not have any royalties to speak of, and we already showed the FOs. Do you have any royalties? None?
Well, you did give me
right.
some tea. No, not this one. Some tea. Mom's never sure how peppermint's going to affect her. So I have a new Plum Deluxe. I've had this before. It's a good tea. White chocolate peppermint herbal tea for sweet and cozy moments. It's got Rubio's tea, honeybush tea, cocoa nibs, coconut flakes, white chocolate essence. No caffeine.
I only had one of that, so. Okay. All right. Not a whole lot to say in terms of, just general, what do we call it, author, what's it called? Author autobiography.
I was like, author intrusion?
Author intrusion. I'm still reading The Last Command by Timothy Zahn. I think I'm almost close to halfway because I've been trying to read some every day. I just don't have time to sit down for a long block and read. So I'm reading that, and I'm doing my religious readings, and I'm raring to get on to my Patrick Carr book, and then I can go back to Timothy Zahn.
For the other, for the duology.
Yeah. Is that,
That's, I think it's Scepter of the Past and Vision of the Future. And it's like 10 years after the events in the current books you're reading.
Right, we'll have to see then. Because I know I also want to read the one, Hutt's Gambit. I think it's Hutt's Gambit, and the one that goes with it. Anyway.
Well, you also need to read the Carillion series, which is not by Timothy Zahn.
Yeah. I have that on my list.
But,
hope it does.
That's the one where Lando tricks Luke into going wife hunting with him.
I think I read one of those parts, because I read that part of the book. Need a Jedi to make him look respectable.
Yes.
Takes more than a Jedi, Lando. Okay. Okay, do we have anything else before I get into the knitting ephemera?
No. Oh, Mom, the one you're thinking about, there are a couple other Timothy Zahn ones. They're prequels. One might be called Hutt's Gambit. The other one is They're Scoundrels. And there's one that's just Lando.
I have Scoundrels, I think.
I gave you Scoundrels.
I haven't read it yet.
Oh, no, I'll be able to tell you. It's because they're more recent ones written by the Zahn. Let me go to my collections.
I want to get the new Terry Brooks novel that's out. There's a couple of them that I don't have yet.
Zahn. Okay, so Scoundrels is the one with everybody. That's a prequel. Well, not everybody. It doesn't have Luke and Leia, but it has Han and Lando in a prequel. And then the other one, Star Wars, not Star Trek. Where's Star. Ah, there it is. Okay. Win or Lose All.
Yep.
And for some reason that's not in Add to Collection Timothy Zahn. I don't know why I don't have that. Oh, I do have it there. Okay.
So that's our book talk. All right. Okay,
yes.
Let me see it. I marked this for some reason, but I'm not going to work on it right now. Where's the one I was... Okay, in my knitting ephemera. Okay, I'm going to have to pass this book along pretty soon here because we're reading a lot of it. Okay. Let's see what I can get into here. In the second half of the 19th century, bone crochet hooks were fashioned from baleen, or whalebone, as well as from the shin bones of cows. By the turn of the century, baleen became scarce and only cow bones were used. By the late 1920s, cows were being butchered at an earlier age than they previously were in the United States, and their shin bones were too short for making crochet hooks. Cow bone was then imported from Argentina, where cows lived longer until the development of plastic made the use of bone obsolete. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read this a little better. Okay. Okay, now this is one I thought was interesting. That was interesting as well, but this is what I was marking it for. Nup and nep. Are they the same or different? I always wondered. Definitely different. A nep is a small bit of fiber that's added during the spinning process to create a little raised dot of color and texture.
Oh, you mean those things I always am removing?
Yes. It's thought that neps were first added accidentally when a small amount of fiber on another color got mixed in with the yarn being spun. The effect was pleasing, and so spinners began to deliberately add neps to their yarn. You may also see neps called flecks or burrs. Nup is an Estonian word translated variously as bud or button. It refers to a raised stitch similar to a bobble, deliberately worked into a pattern by knitting multiple times in the same stitch, then fastening off the extra loops. Nups are frequently used in lace patterns, particularly those from Estonia and nearby regions. Okay? Now I have two more things I'm going to read here, and I'll let you all go. Lanolin, also called wool grease or wool wax, is a substance secreted by sheep to protect their wool and skin. After a sheep is shorn, the wool is washed with a special detergent to remove lanolin and other materials in the fleece. A centrifuge separates the lanolin from other materials, and the lanolin is then used in products such as lipstick and moisturizer. Depending on factors like the breed and size of the sheep, lanolin makes up anywhere from 5% to 25% of the weight of the fleece. Holy mackerel. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. This is the last little tidbit. After losing some 200 sheep to rustlers, a farmer in Devon, England, named John Heard, H-E-A-R-D, used non-toxic orange dye to dye all of his sheep traffic cone orange. Although the sheep looked odd, his strategy works. Thieves were reluctant to steal sheep that were so highly visible as to be easily identified. Sounds to me like if he wanted to use that for wool, he was kind of shooting himself in the foot. I guess he might be using those sheep for meat.
Maybe.
Do they use sheep for milk? I don't know.
Well, meat, but they do.
Yeah, I'm sure they do with mutton and all that, but that's kind of funny. Okay, so that's your tidbits for today. We are planning to podcast Monday, right?
We are.
We are planning to podcast Monday this week. The following week might be a little dicey because of our retreat.
Right.
But we will let you know.
We'll probably do like Tuesday or Wednesday that week.
Yeah. Daddy will be home, but we probably will do it on Tuesday.
And that'll be one of the last weeks we'll be able to do it on a weekday.
Yeah, we will.
Because after that point, in October 1st, I start the new job.
Right, that's that Monday, so we'll probably go to the Fiber Festival and podcast that Sunday.
Mm-hmm. So
just keep your eyes and ears open to know when we will be changing our date slightly when Talia starts work in October. So, the Toy Along will be starting October 1st as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to be aware of. You know, keep in mind what toys you might want to be making. They can be for Christmas gifts. They can be for yourself. They can be for charity donations. Whatever you want to do, that would be great. Just think about that. That's a 3-month long Cal from October 1st through December 31st. All right. We do want to thank all the people who commented on YouTube and or Ravelry. I think we got most of the people on both places.
I didn't respond to anyone, but I put like little hearts for you guys.
I put little thumbs ups because I don't have the hearts on my thing, but I didn't answer a couple of them. If you saw that I answered a bunch and I skipped you and you're in the middle, it's because you addressed Talia directly, so I didn't answer you. We want to thank Kathy, Linnister Crass, Ravenshad, Wombat of Doom, 53.
Wait, together.
Wombat of Doom. Okay, 53. Donna, Katie, and Andy. Oh, and I don't have... I thought...
Did you get Kathy down?
Yes, I thought Maureen had done. I guess it was last week Maureen did it.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for all your comments. We really appreciate them.
Thanks for everyone who congratulated me on the job, new job. Everybody who shared with their own health issues and how that's affected them. And just everyone for your comments.
Your support.
Yes,
Your support.
thank
You guys are amazing, and we really appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. We hope to see you again next week here for the Fun in the Woman Cave. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 323.
Whoops, it's a bunny.
And that's a wrap.
Bye.